Collections are an organizational feature of Lightroom. They allow us to create collections or subsets of our images without impacting where they're actually located on our hard drive. As we move to our collections, we can see we have three options here. The first is to create a regular collection. The next is to create a smart collection. And the third option here is to create a collection set. And a collection set, as we can see over here, is just like a file box that you would place your documents into, and it just allows us to organize our different sets. So let's create a new collection set now, and I'm going to be very creative and just call it collection set 2. Now, I have the option to nest it within a hierarchy, or I can just leave it on the outside as a parent folder or a parent collection set, and I'm going to do that. Within this collection set, let's create some actual collections. So I'll create a standard collection to start with, and for this kind of collection, you're simply giving it a name and dragging the images inside. I'm going to call this one Favorites, and I can choose here where I want this collection to live. So I'm going to say inside collection set 2. So if I go back up to my entire catalogue, I can just go through and manually find my favorite images from anything within my catalogue and drag them in there. It doesn't impact where they're located back on my hard drive. So next, let's look at a smart collection. And you can see down here we have a range of different parameters by which to define what will automatically go into this collection. I'm going to choose images which have a rating of 5 stars and also which have a green label. You can see, however, you could be using this function to choose all images shot by a camera of a particular serial number or lens and so forth. And while we have filtering options back in our grid view normally, this enables us to keep a record of those collections, so to save them, and they'll automatically update every time we bring new images into our catalogue. For our smart collections, we have a couple of different rules that we can ask it to match. So I could say choose images in which any of the following rules apply, so either 5 stars or a green label, or choose images in which all of my properties apply. And obviously the other one, none. So if we want everything but a certain property, we can choose that. I'm going to say all to start with, and I'm going to name this green 5 stars. So it's automatically gone through my images and chosen all of those which have 5 stars and a green rating. Now, remembering that this is a smart collection, because we can see the small cog icon, I can double click here and modify the rules. So let's this time say match any of the following. So now my collection has all of the images which have either 5 stars or green labels or both. So whatever your needs, collections are a great way to be able to manage your files, keep them in some sort of an organizational structure without needing to modify your actual file management and where they're stored. Being able to modify smart collections on the fly is a great alternative to the temporary measure of going up to your metadata and going through these options here. And it just gives you a little bit more flexibility and permanence and saves you a bit more time. So go and experiment with some collections and consider the different ways that you might be able to have a more efficient workflow if you can implement some of these into your practices.